Hello everybody, we're going to go through part one of getting started with Python data science using Jupyter notebooks and Google Colab. Google Colab is a handy environment. Let's see, here we go. First thing you'll want to do is get your Gmail account out, because you'll need that to log in to Google. Almost everybody has one of those. Here's the link to the Python data science primer. So if you click on that, it's going to bring up this Colab notebook. Well, I change this notebook on a regular basis, so you may want to download it, maybe every time you come back to this. Open in Colab. If you do not have an account with Google and you haven't signed into this before, it'll ask you to sign in with your Google account, which I have done. You will also want to go to File and save a copy in your Google Drive, or you can't make any changes. Now, the other thing that I would recommend that you do, which is also in the assignment, you want to create your own little data science learning journal. This is kind of mine as I was learning how to do Colab and NumPy and MATLAB and Pandas and all that. So I suggest that you go to New, do a new notebook and drive, and call that something like Data Science Journal. That way you can keep track of what you want to remember. It's kind of like a notebook. In fact, Jupyter notebooks are like a notebook. So I would call it Data Science Journal. You might want to call it, put your name in it. Oh boy. There. When you press enter, that renames it. It is now in your Google Drive. You can come back and open it up either from Google Drive, or you can open it up from Google Colab. If you want to open up a notebook from your Google Drive, which I find handier because I have bunches of them, you would go to Google Drive, log in with your same account. Let's see, sign in. There I am. And automatically, all the Colab notebooks go into a folder called Colab Notebooks. And as a matter of fact, I've gone through this file a few times. And there's my, where is it? There it is. There's my data science journal. And there's my copy of my data science primer, which I think I just did today as a demonstration. I'm going to move that to the trash. But there's my data science journal. If you really get into Jupyter notebooks, which are pretty fun, this is one way to get into it, is from your Google Drive. Okay. Back to the data science primer. Google Colab Jupyter notebooks are commonly used for data science, machine learning. They're really handy if you're a researcher, student. You have two things that you can work with. You have a code cell. Well, how do you add another code cell? Well, you would point at the edge, say code. I now have another Python code cell. So I could print the standard, hello world. Hello world. There. And when you want to enter something into a cell, which is kind of counterintuitive, click somewhere else or press the escape key. The enter key gives you a new line. So here's the play button. Oh, I forgot to save mine in my Google Drive. All right, so let me save a copy and drive. There. So I neglected to do my own thing. I did save it, but then I forgot I saved it. Okay. So here we are. We have a copy of the notebook. I'm going to rename it back in a sec. All right, I'm in my live notebook here. So to enter a code cell, you would do code, put in, whatever you want to do. Hi, Colab. It is not intuitive to put things, boy, my typing is not very good today. It is intuitive to type things in, but when you want to put something in, you have to press escape or click somewhere else. Now that code cell is ready to go. Notice when I click on that code cell, I get a little run button over here. That fires up Google servers and allows me to use their computers to do the work. Oh, yeah, I don't know where that came from. Hit something I didn't want to hit. If you want to get rid of it, which I do, I would click delete. Now, if I want to put a text cell in here, I click text, and then I can type in whatever I want. Type in stuff. There's formatting up here. There's different heading things you can toggle up and down. Lists, all that sort of stuff. It lets you put in things just like you're keeping track of stuff in a notebook. So you can keep going and adding things to it. Well, here is an example of some code. This calculates how many seconds are in a day. You can also do Control-Enter to run things. If you've run this, any value here is alive for the entire notebook. So we can use seconds in a day down here. We can run it, and then we get seconds in a week. So you will want to make sure you keep things in order. You have to run them in order if you're going to separate out your variables. All right. There is a, oh yeah, if you go to runtime, you can run all. If you have a huge notebook, that could take a while. Let's see, run cell. I guess that's not in there. All right, so we just went through that. Here's your first exercise in your learning notebook. Add a text cell, add a code cell, help create and run a Hello Colab program. There. This is more information. What's Markdown? Well, Markdown is how I make these headings. Markdown is how I have this table of contents. So I'm going to Python and Notebooks. I can go back. My table of contents is over here also, so I can zip around. We have been introduced to Jupyter Notebooks. Let's look at the next video, which is Python in Notebooks.